So behind me is our 1962 Lincoln Continental suicide door car. Last time we drove this car, my dad and I broke down on the side of the road. Had to tow it back. It was kind of like a little catastrophe. Today our whole plan is we're gonna try and start it right now, get it running. We gotta get it to the shop. We have our trailer that we're just gonna tow it there. But we gotta get it to the shop. I'd like to figure out if those wheels we got with the car fit, and kind of get a game plan with the actual car on what we're gonna do. Last time I asked you guys, hey, are we gonna, should we fix it up? Should we wide body it? Should we leave it original? And there was comments all over the place, which I 100% appreciate, you guys. We don't still know a plan, and so that's kind of what the whole plan is today is, I guess, to figure out a plan.
Let's see if this thing is gonna fire up. Might have to hold that choke shut.
Man, it's not even working. It feels like it's almost kind of locked up. It's like hard to turn.
Let's just winch it up. We'll get it to the shop and play with it.
So we're just gonna load this thing up, get it to the shop, try and figure it out. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of go through this car with you guys. I think it might be kind of cool even to throw it on the lift at the shop, kind of look under it and show you guys if there's any rust or anything like that. But let's get this bad boy all loaded up. Figure out how much rust this bad boy has, and we're gonna get it all fixed up. Regardless, at least we got it at the shop now. This is where all the creative ideas from my dad and I kind of just really start coming to life. I don't know until the end of this episode kind of what the game plan is with this car. We got to really sit back and analyze it right now, kind of see if the car is in good shape underneath. I did mention doing a wide body. I was being pretty serious about that. I think it'd be cool to make this kind of like a Mad Max style Lincoln, but at the same time it would be pretty awesome to keep it original. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen yet. We're going to pull it in right now, lift it up, and I also want to check out those wheels to see if those wheels are even going to work on this. So let's get this bad boy all in here, dialed in, and yeah, I mean, all in all, this is just another fun day with Pops, and we're going to really figure out this car right now. But we just kind of found out something that does not work in our favor here. We're about to throw them on. First, we got to make sure that they fit. We have a very confusing situation because it's a staggered setup.
But they're 22s and 20s. And then the sidewall white is thin. So we got a bigger rim, smaller rim, but the appearance-wise, the taller tire. So technically, you'd put the bigger rim on the back, smaller rim on the front, but it's going to look funny because the sidewall is so tall and it's so thin. So let's
So do we put the smaller wheel in the front?
I don't think it's going to, no, let's put, because it's going to look funky. What if we did put this one in the rear?
Usually if you're going to stagger a wheel, you put like a bigger wheel in the back, smaller wheel in the front, but that would be fine. But what they've done is they've put a taller sidewall on the smaller wheel, smaller sidewall on the bigger wheel.
Oh, okay, yeah, left, right, up, down, and then if you go left, right again, and then up, down, it just, yeah, this is confusing looking.
My guess would be they didn't probably want to spend the money on the tires because you can tell that these are two different tires. So I think if we just get like a BF Goodrich or a Michelin to put on these, probably a Michelin probably makes the tire we need. At least for now, we could put them on and check them out. I mean, we don't even know if they're going to bolt up. And the guy was pretty transparent about that too. He didn't know 100%, but he did think that they would work.
Well, that doesn't look right either because we got a big fat tire on the front.
And a skinny in the rear. See, this is what my dad's talking about. You see the height here? So looking back, see that? Well, the height here is a lot smaller because this is going to a 22.
Yeah, but see, here's the difference, though. The diameter of the tire is almost identical. Actually, on a serious note, this thing is in unbelievable shape for a unibody. I mean, this is a unibody. Think about how the C10 was, where it was just completely rusted through. I mean, look at the pan in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, everything.
No, I think this is insanely good.
The guy that sold this, I think, represented the car extremely exactly how he advertised it.
Oh, yeah. If we sandblasted this underneath and painted it, it would look brand new. I mean, the underside of this is, whoever had it, it looks like they kept it in a garage, because this doesn't look like nothing.
Probably be wise to probably do like a nut and bolt check. Just kind of check it, check out everything, make sure everything's good. Like kind of like this, you know, this line rubbing up against the drive shaft. We might have to address that.
Oh my gosh. There's something about it I hate.
You hate it?
Mm-hmm. Hate it. Looks stupid.
It looks better than factory, don't you think, or no?
No.
You like the factory?
I think I like the factory better.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't like them. They don't look. It doesn't look right.
I like the rear. The rear looks really good, but the front looks. I don't love the way the front looks. I think we both agree that there's just something about what's going on with these wheels.
They look stupid.
It's just, it doesn't fit the theme of the car. And this is where the design part happens with my dad. Now we after, you know, obviously I want to do it in this video, but we're probably going to stand back for hours and kind of look at this car and figure out what it needs. But I like the way the rear wheel looks better than the factory, but it needs to come close to the fender. It needs to be bigger. There's a lot that has got to happen for this to even look right.
Yeah, that tire should be right here.
I know.
Yeah, let's take these off and put the factory ones back on.
See, when you come over to this truck, look at how close the tire sits on the actual wide body. I mean, it has a different, unique look. And that's what I think that the Lincoln needs is it needs to have a wider wheel, bigger tire. It's kind of hoping that those wheels would work because they actually came with the Lincoln itself and we wouldn't have to buy extra wheels. On this particular build, for it to look right on what we need to do, we're gonna have to get a whole new set of wheels for this thing. New tires, figure out the offset and things like that. We're having a little discussion here because we started arguing.
Well, that's because our builds get too crazy and we end up having to sell something to do another build, and it just gets crazy. So my thought is, we've got a vehicle with all of the factory chrome on an old 62 Lincoln, and everything is here. So that's a plus. We're not having to search for anything. So,
and it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah. So what I think we should do is do a build that the average person that doesn't have to sit there and spend a crazy amount of money could say, oh, okay, I could do that, or I could do that. All right, I'm not going to go to lunch this week. I'm going to go get a can of acid. I'm not going to go to lunch this week. I'm going to go get a can of acid. What? Because I watched the guys do graphics with acid. Here's what I think we should do.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean acid? I'm not going to go get lunch because I'm going to go get a can of acid.
Well, yeah, I'm saying we do a build.
Hold on, they don't know what you're
I'm going to explain it, but you keep rattling on. I think you got a V8 attached to your jaw.
They don't even know what you're talking about yet.
I know. You won't let me finish.
My dad doesn't do drugs. He's going to explain.
I'm not talking about acid drug. What I'm talking about
that's what it sounded like.
What I'm talking about is, look, we could take this car and we could go crazy with some kind of build. We're going to have to sell something to do it, and it's going to take forever. What I think we should do is take all the chrome and we change all the chrome to black. We sandblast the whole car. So take off all this old lacquer paint, sandblast it, whatever the car is.
Is that what you'd use the acid for?
Are you going to let me finish? Literally, I'm going to start calling you motor mouth.
Go ahead.
Because it won't stop.
Go.
We sandblast the whole car. So then the whole car is going to be uniform, one color. Then I think what we do is we take tape and we make a tape line, and we do old school flame tape line all the way down the side. Then we go buy acid, and what we do is just muric acid, and we spray where all the flames are, and we make rusted flames down the body. Then we come back in and we clear coat it. Then we take and put all the chrome molding that's black now back on, and now we have a theme of a car. However it looks underneath, who cares?
I'm pretty sure you lost me at flames.
Well, I'm just saying it's an old car, and
flames?
Oh my gosh. You just or something. It doesn't have to be.
Do you guys
flames.
think we should do flames?
I'm saying old school, big long licks. It's like 1960s? Oh, okay. We're working on a 1962 Lincoln. Yeah, we wouldn't want to do something that was old school.
No, I think if we're going to do something, maybe do like a two-tone with the pinstripe.
Two-tone?
Well, this paint is not horrible. If we just sanded it... Here's what I don't like about your acid idea, whatever that is. The second you strip this paint, or if you sandblast this paint, any Bondo you hit or touch, you're going to have to bodywork. And that
I
is
know,
the
but that's the
absolute
whole
truth about it.
idea. How can we make kind of a rat rod 62? So it's kind of half and half.
We don't want to ruin it. It's kind of rude.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't we just keep thinking about it and let's get the motor running?
Why don't we just ask other opinions out there? Look, we don't want to get too crazy on this build. I'd like to do a build that we could utilize things that they have at Lowe's or the pool store. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, it'd be neat if someone else got an idea from something we did, and maybe they had an old Plymouth or something that was their grandpa's or whatever.
No, I agree of keeping it simple and to a budget. I just don't like stripping all the paint because I just know from the C10 we start sandblasting.
I know.
You start hitting Bondo and things like that, and you're having to redo all kinds of stuff.
I know, but however it lies underneath the paint is how it lies.
Let's move on to getting the motor running. We have a lot of ideas.
Oh, gosh,
if you guys have any ideas, please.
Why even get the motor running? The motor is toast. What we do?
Oh, you're trying to keep it on a budget build?
I know, but hold on. You didn't let me finish because you keep
okay.
going.
Look, go ahead, Dad.
LS Jaw. That's what I'm going to start calling you. Literally, it's like it just won't.
Just go.
What I think, we do everything real simple on the body and the inside, and we just do little things that anybody can do without having to spend a ton of money, and we make it more retro, old school, rat roddy, but cool. Put some money in rims and tires.
We're gonna have to do
And put the money in the motor and tranny, and let's make some crazy. I'd love to see a big old Duramax diesel with a big old Whipple blower and two turbos.
You don't even know what you're saying.
Wild. Something that you just look at. It's like, and then the whole theme of the motor is all, red, white, and blue.
See, but you could get 50 grand in a motor and trans easy.
I know, but we don't need the horsepower. We just need it to look cool. So even if we got an old blower, we don't need to put a bunch of boost to it. It just needs to cruise. Lo and behold, and just...
He always says, do you guys know what lo and behold means? Because I don't.
Oh, yeah, just kicking it, old school, cruising. And then we got all this stuff bolted onto the motor, and it doesn't even have to do nothing.
No, it needs to perform. We need to be able to light these tires at
I'm
any
not
second.
saying, but it doesn't have to be $50,000. We buy a LS.
Oh, I wonder if we did like China turbos and stuff.
Something. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we could do China turbos and etch in like DeBerti performance or something.
We could do a turbo for each cylinder. I mean, the sky's the limit. We get a bunch of stuff that doesn't cost a ton, but once you look at it, it's like, oh man, I could be low and drive.
See, at this point, I was going to surprise you guys in the video with what I'm about to tell you. I have an appointment for this car on Friday, and what it is they're taking a $150,000 scanner, and they're going to scan the whole car, or they were. I don't know if this is still the plan, but they're going to scan the whole car and put it in the computer. That way, if we start building a wide body, kind of like the C10 or the Toyota style, you know, with the big venting and the, you know, the wider, just kind of make it look crazy. I don't know how that would look yet, but they're going to scan the whole car, and that way we could put it in the computer. But I still think we go with the scan, because at least we could have it in the computer and place wheels on it. See how we like the wheels. We could still do things like that.
That sounds like a lot of work. I'm just saying it'd be fun to do a build that most people could just do that same
We
build.
are doing that. That's the plan. But if down the line I want to make a wide body, it'd be nice to already have this car in the computer. Because I'm telling you, I think a wide body Lincoln, I mean, as far as you're going with this.
I mean, I like it too, but we're talking sun up to sundown for the next year, and I don't feel like doing that. That's why it'd
That's
be
if
fun.
we're building the show car. We'll keep this fun.
Oh, okay, yeah. If we're building a show car, let's scan the whole car, but not build a show car.
Anyway, we have some stuff to work out here. This is
Look, does anybody else have any ideas? I'd rather. What do you want to do? Do you want to do a wide body, or do you want us to do something that would be kind of, I'm going to say, more down to earth, old school?
They're both going to be
1960s?
down to earth, Dad. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We can make the wide body out of just sheet metal. Anyway,
God, sometimes I wish I had a daughter.
so this is usually kind of our debates we have off camera. I thought it might be cool to kind of set up the camera. Once my dad we were kind of, you know, bickering back and forth like this outside of the car, and I wasn't even filming. I was like, you know, let's just set up the camera and have a realistic conversation.
Yeah, but I want everybody to keep in mind, when we started the C10, this is exactly how it started. Hey, let's just scan it, and then just in case we do something with it. And the next thing I know, I had zero life for almost a year. Of
And we had
sun
to
up to
sell
sundown.
everything to build it.
Yeah, and
But
then
we're not
building
doing
a frame,
that with this
and
one.
I know, but that's what you're going to start. You're going to
Anyway.
start something. It'd be better to start with a can of acid and a sandblaster.
Okay, you keep making it sound like you're talking.
All right, how about
your
this? How about this? How about we take a raw piece of metal, we have a 4x4 16 gauge, let's sandblast it, and let's play with different things that we could do on the
I
car.
would be open to trying that.
And then, yeah, let's do the car two-tone. What an idiot. Sorry. Didn't mean to call you an idiot, but
All right. Well, anyway,
Two-tone?
we have a lot to figure out. If anyone has ideas, put them in the comments, please. This kind of turned into a podcast, but I think we need to get back working on the car a little bit. And
I know, but this is how the ideas start. What people
No, I
don't realize is we build as we go, and the C10 turned out to be awesome, but a lot of work.
it was so much
But
work.
everything that we do, I mean, tonight I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about, you know, what can we do differently, and some of you are probably saying, oh my gosh, a LS motor and a Lincoln, but yeah, because then we get HB tuners to come in, and you know they have so many new things this year.
We could make it fast.
Oh, we can make it,
and-
and you start it, it purrs like a little kitten.
See what you're gonna get. Which, by the way, I appreciate every single person's comments. Everyone, keep in mind, has a different view of the car or scenarios. What a lot of people are going to tell you, I'm just telling you right now, is,
Don't use an LS.
well, the second you change out the power plant, you start taking away the original, it's gonna devalue the car.
Who cares?
Oh, and you're talking about you're trying to do it on a budget, and you don't care about devaluing the car?
Okay, no matter what we do, we're always going to get out at least what we got in it. I'm 100% convinced. Now, if we're doing just dumb stuff and throwing the motor and yeah, but we're not built. Are we building a $100,000 car?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we're building like a $30,000. Let's do something cool. Like my old '59 Chevy truck, it was $200. $200, and I thought I had the coolest truck on the planet. Of course, I look back now and it was pretty bad, but at the time, I thought it was awesome, and I just did a bunch of little things. I even spray painted it with gold paint from Ace Hardware. As crazy as that sounds.
I love that idea. I don't want to create more work for ourselves, so we got to really think about this. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, you guys put it down in the comments. Let's get back to working on the motor and figure out how to get this thing running. And at this point, if we have to motor swap as well, what do you guys think we should put into this. My dad mentioned like a diesel or something like that. I think that would be cool. I just, you know, I think that'd be expensive. Actually, really anything we do is going to be expensive. So we could either do like LS, Coyote. A lot of you said 2JZ, and I think that would be pretty wild to be on a
Two what?
See, my dad doesn't know what small motors are.
You're going to put a 4-cylinder in this?
Have you seen what they do?
Oh my God! I'm telling you right now, Jay-Z is not happening. Never. I wouldn't even drive it. I wouldn't open the hood. Absolutely.
Are you that proud?
100%.
You're that proud?
Yes. Jay-Z's out. Don't even say that word again, if that's what it's called. No, there will be absolutely no 4-cylinder in this vehicle unless there's one connected to each tire.
So we got our battery charger on. It's been on here for 10 minutes at 200 amp. That's traditionally what we would do if we have a dead battery trying to start something.
But we have at least, we have 14 volts, so let's just, I don't know. The starter sounds like it's fried.
Here we go. Fire in the hole. Ready? Oh, dude, that thing sounds like something's locked up or something.
No.
It sounds like it's struggling to turn on.
All right, fire in the hole. Let's just yank it.
Really, here's what we need to figure out. If we keep the car as is original, we need to leave it and rebuild it. If we're gonna go through and
we're not gonna keep it original.
Okay, but if that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'd rather this. I could care less if this is $1 million Lincoln. It'll never be the Lincoln of the world. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that Lincoln is.
So here's what we need to do, guys. I need your motor options in the comments. We've got to make a decision fast, because if we're gonna motor swap this, I can't let these episodes stop. We need to keep going, and that way you guys could watch the whole build process. But again, we're gonna keep it simple. So here, my dad has some recommendations, starting with 2JZ.
First, there'll never be a JZ anywhere near this car. As a matter of fact, I've already taken them out of the alphabet.
2JZ. Stop saying JZ.
JZ, 2J, whatever you're calling them.
If you guys are against my dad, comment 2JZ.
No, everyone's going to be against you. Because no one in their right mind, no one that actually doesn't take acid would put a 2JZ6 or whatever is in here.
So V8 or 2JZ, that's all we need to know, and then we'll figure it out from there.
There's not.
Hey,
I say I want to get some, we need some crap coming out of the hood, some shaking. What?
All right, guys. Next episode is going to be us scanning this car with a $150,000 scanner. I'm going to go ahead and go through with it. You know, I know my dad probably doesn't want me to do that, but I want to have this car on the computer, because being, you know, new technology, it's just a good thing to have in the computer regardless. So you guys have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Comment 2JZ. All right, see you guys.